In a world constructed from books and thoughts restricted only by our collective imaginations, a group of friends gather together to warp reality, living out our wildest dreams, putting on weird voices and pretending to be fantastical creatures like elves and wizards, all within the confines of a single room.
That's right, we're playing Dungeons & Dragons, and this is +3 to friendship.
Enjoy the show!
Welcome back, everyone, to +3 to friendship. Once again, entering the world of fantasy at the speed of our own imagination.
Do you guys want to also just give a brief overview of your guys' characters? Or would you prefer to do that through story?
I'd love to talk about myself.
Yeah, me too. You want to go first, Josh?
Sure.
Can I get a roll for that?
Oh, what?
Oh, are we doing a high or low?
Are we doing a roll-off? Or...
Yeah, you can go first.
Yeah,
I can keep Leo didn't even roll.
Yeah, but you got hired.
I forfeit.
Hello, all you lovely listeners out there, all 4 or 5 of you.
And Alice.
And Alice. My name's Josh. I am playing a wild magic barbarian, and his name is... I had to look. Oliver Twisted. Friends call him Olive. Pretty chill dude, except for when he's not. Just a little backstory. His village and people were cursed by Baba Yaga, and they turned all of his buddies and friends and family into talking chickens. And you might meet his cousin Pip, who likes to nest in his beard.
Yep.
Blood relation. And that's me. Thanks.
Most excellent. I'm Leo. I'm playing Pastor Christopher Younghusband. He is a man of the cloth, worshiper and priest of Palor, the Sun Father, and Christopher is a married man. He's married to a woman named Sarah, and he has one beautiful daughter named Sarah Jr. And but he hasn't talked to him in a while. They're kind of off doing their own thing because they got a little freaked out when Pastor Christopher Younghusband started speaking to angels that only he could see, and they whisper the secret of God through his teeth, and they sing hymns through his skull. And they've instructed him that he must take a pilgrimage to this land, and that he would seek out the help of some powerful warriors that would help him in his unknown quest. Yeah, I mean, that's sort of the long and short of Christopher Younghusband. Mechanically speaking, he's a celestial warlock. We'll kind of see what that means later. And we didn't mention it yet, but we've got some new faces, some new voices here, which is super exciting. And we're all very, very happy to welcome to the table Estelle and Riley.
Hello.
Hello.
Right on. What are you guys playing?
Oh yeah, I'm playing Lorello. Lorella's he's a moon druid, a wood elf, not a hippie though. You know, likes to tramp around and go hunting. You know, spends his time when not in the woods, in town, sticking his nose in things. Still kind of feeling out the character, but carries a longbow. He's got a big wine stain on his face over one of his eyes, like a dog with a spot.
Okay. Yeah.
And
Okay.
that manifests when he changes into animals. So,
So it carries over.
Kick him out. Yeah,
Beautiful.
Love it.
All right. I'm playing Coot Nightjar. but you can call her Little Coot. She is a rogue scout, and she's a creep. That's all you need to know. So far.
Creep.
And if I recall, you guys had Sneed Norvis had brought back supplies, and you guys were going to crash at the keep, and then in the morning start to set out for Greenmire as well.
Correct.
And if I also remember correctly, Christopher, you would have had pen and ink for that map that was displayed on a large table.
I do, and I jotted down a rough sketch of it. I wanted to do like something more crazy with like the hand being an actual hand with some blood coming out of it that would form like the river, and like angels and stuff all around it. But I didn't, because I don't have that sort of artistic ability. So I just did a rough sketch. But you can imagine that maybe I drew the island like a hand that is bleeding from its palm.
Oh, like a stigmata in the palm.
Yeah, exactly. Like a stigmata hand, and the river forms the hand. But this is actually what I drew, which is not great.
I can
Is
see
this
it. I can see it.
Tropical or
It looks pretty close.
temperate
I would say it's arboreal,
or boreal?
which I couldn't tell you what that means. I just
Yeah,
know
could you
arboreal
tell me?
forest.
Because
I think it's like subalpine forest land,
okay.
not tundra. Maybe you would say like, no, I'm not going to accidentally say where we live again. I gotta be careful about that. We live in Pensacola. That'll teach him.
Yeah, throw him off the trail.
It's not at all like the Pacific Northwest.
Opposite.
Whatever that is.
Aleppo.
Yeah.
Yes. Imagine Baghdad.
The Shattered Wastes.
Imagine bag.
It is very much a temperate forest in some areas. Well, since you've not seen the map, we can do this real quick.
Like a peep.
So this is where... I wish I had a projector. I don't wish I had a projector. Leo, I wish you had a projector.
I do. It's up on that shelf up there, but I'm not getting into
Then
that.
I wish for nothing. All is well. So they basically, Olive and Christopher sailed into Maelstrom Keep down here. The Greenmire's up to the north along the river, but there's swampland, vast forests, plains, some desert, and some newly uplifted mountain ranges that are, for one reason or another, have sprung up.
Some raw mountain.
And just so you can see this.
Is that recent news? These Trident Mountains.
The Trident Mountains would be pretty normal. It's the rift basically cut off this part of the island beyond this canyon, and it's basically exposed to the elements. Topsoil is blown away, and it's turned into a desert zone. So the rift basically is more recent, but nobody alive on the Cheerless Isle would have been present for it. But it would be recent enough that it would be in like history books as a grand event.
Word.
Sick.
Going away again. It's tight.
Okay. So you guys are gonna do it's AM. You guys are waking up. Pip is still with you. Sneed Norvis is with you. You guys are ready
Pip
to
times
set.
2.
Pip the human, Pip the chick. That's how I'm remembering.
Pip the humans are the cabin boy who jumped ship to join our ranks, right?
Yes, very, very much someone who gets very seasick and was kind of...
Cousin?
No, he has Pip the chicken is his cousin. This is...
I instantly named my bird the same name as an NPC within like 5 minutes of meeting the NPC.
The first NPC, you're like, that's my bird's name. I mean, cousin.
It's working out great so far, and it's not sarcasm. I actually really like it because I like Pip the human, Pip the chick.
Yeah.
Human's like a Marvel character, right?
Wait, what?
Oh, I was thinking like Finn the human from Adventure Time.
I could be wrong.
I don't watch that much Marvel. I'm out of the loop. Yes, he's from Marvel. There, solved. So basically, Pip was basically the ship's kind of whipping boy for everything. Ran around, very much dreaded the maw. The maw was this great whirlpool that basically the captain uses to coast about on the upper spin part of it to basically shoot the boat off with more speed than a sail would give him. Pip especially hated this and got seasick, so he basically snuck in with the other adventurers as they left the ship, and then has since then bonded with.
He just
Olive and
appeared.
Christopher.
Not the crew.
Yes, he did. Sometimes
He started following us.
Yes. He is very much charmed because you guys were much nicer than anyone else has been to him. Everyone else kind of just either knocked him around or cursed at him.
Yeah, we're
So-
nice men.
Super nice.
I'm an elf.
Sure. Elves are fine.
Well, we are.
Yeah, you guys are fine. You guys are fine.
I'm not here.
I don't know the elf yet. I mean, he could be nice.
Not with my charisma.
Okay, so you guys are stocked up, torches, all of the supplies you would need, and basically what's in an adventurer's pack. Leah's bought rope, 50 feet.
Yeah, 50 feet.
You have a decent amount of rope. You didn't take anything because you took some torches.
That's all I need.
Yeah.
Just me and my great cock, aka axe.
Yep. Oh,
the
do you want to
name.
explain your charm infested?
Well, every time Oliver goes to a new town, he gets a little charm, and he puts it on his battle axe.
Oh.
So it's really like grown in weight and
like-
size. It's
You're
just
like, your stealth checks are shit, 'cause you're like,
like I have a good stealth, but my axe is very loud.
It's kind of like a flail and an axe.
Yeah,
in
you
one.
hear me
there's
coming
Some shrapnel.
for sure.
Okay, so you guys are ready to head out of town. In the interest of time,
oof.
I'm not going to walk you through the market, past the stalls. That would all have been taken care of. Are you guys okay with just
Yeah.
skipping to outside the city gate?
Yeah.
Perfect. I'm not going to show you the map. You're going to operate off your map.
Okay.
You've got multiple options for how to go wherever you're going. Commander Bartok would have been kind of pointing you to going to the town of Greenmire specifically, with the idea that they don't have enough information and reports of what's going on there beyond they've gotten a report that overnight children of the town have all kind of vanished. Doors were not unlocked, no forceful entry, and no one's really aware of this until the morning when they wake up and kind of see that beds are empty and nothing else seems kind of awry.
Perfect. Well then. Olive,
Christopher,
I believe we should make our way to Greenmire.
I can't wait.
According to my rough sketch map, we could either cross the river here or up the road a ways, where the two old towers are.
You made this?
Yeah, it's
This is beautiful.
it's something, isn't it? All those years working in the
Your
scribatory
artistic
really paid
ability
off.
is quite amazing.
Thank you.
And Pip's sort of peeking between your guys' elbows and trying to like peek in.
I believe we should leave it up to Pip to decide which way we go.
Yeah, Pip. Which way?
And I'm like,
Which Pip?
I'm peering into your beard at this point. You know the one.
The bird points towards the right direction.
Right the direction or right correct direction?
We take the right road.
So we took the correct direction.
The right road is a great choice. Okay. So you're basically crossing at the ford here. As you cross, there's the same, you can still see these giant towers that sort of line the riverway. It'd be fairly safely traveled coming north up to Greenmire. That is where basically the Imperial troops are still marching and patrol through this area. They didn't go so far east, but they at least patrol the Greenmire since that is sort of their grain and food capital. And it would probably take you most of the day to actually get to Greenmire. So,
I think the whole time we're doing this, like, Olive is definitely like shaking his battle axe the whole time.
and Pip's lagging a bit behind as you've kind of turned him into your baggage carrier.
This keeps the bears away. I don't know if you ever learned this trick, Christopher. My cousin Pip actually taught me. Chirp.
Well, let's be sure to keep you up front to keep any
Absolutely.
bears from our path.
It's my favorite place to be.
Perfect.
So as you're kind of traveling up north along the river, it's kind of, you just see rolling green hills, and the farther away from the river you see it just kind of slips into more of a grassland, some woods, you see the mountains off in the distance. But you notice that along the river itself, everything is very lush, very fertile ground. So you see a lot of farmland. But the curious thing is you start to notice it's not just, farmers working in fields. There seem to be some that are not facing inward to the field, not sowing crops, not doing anything. They very much are on guard and kind of looking outward and keeping watch. And you would see that kind of as you're traveling along this road as well. And as you kind of keep traveling, let's say we'll go off your map. I like your map better than mine. You're probably still...
Makes one of us.
I'll just unveil it. We'll use both. So as you're going up there, you're starting to hear kind of an odd sound, and it kind of like weirdly is permeating the air, like you. But like it's weird because you can't get like a sense of direction from it. It just sort of rings around you, and it's weird because it shouldn't. You're not in a canyon or anything, but there's this very audible, odd sound.
Who goes there?
Is that you, Tony? Do you come with a message for me? As I'm like looking up at the sky.
Will one or both of you give me a perception check?
Okay. Oh. 19.
21.
Fuck. There goes the good roll.
You have a very good sense that it's coming not from the river, not from behind or in front, but directly to your right.
It's coming from the right, I think, Chris.
I too believe it's coming from the right.
I'm gonna head in that direction.
Okay, so you're off the road heading a little bit into the grasslands off towards the woods.
Yeah, obviously, jingling my charms to keep the bears away. I'll keep you safe, Chris.
And you're good whenever you want.
That's right. What you doing, stranger?
Who goes there? Who are you?
You look immediately behind you, and then you look down because you realize this person is 4 feet tall.
Holy shit.
There's a hood pulled up over their head, and you see a glint of yellow from underneath their hood. But otherwise, they're dressed in mottled, kind of ghillie suit style, short cape, half cape, and then tight leather bindings on their arms and feet.
Is that pleather?
gauntlets.
Great Scott, a bandit! I hide behind.
This is a really small person.
Is it a child?
Have you escaped an orphanage? What are you doing out in the woods?
I'm going to bonus action hide.
Dip.
Just
Dip behind a tree.
Christopher, where did it go? It was just there.
Come out, little one. We mean you no harm.
And you start seeing these maple spinners come down from the tree above. Because I'm up there now.
Oh, the maple spinners. I was like, whoa.
I'm trying to think what those are called. There's a good name for it. Anyhow.
Little helicopters. I know what you're talking
like
about.
seed pods.
Yeah, they're like helicopter down.
And you hear this noise again. It's me having a good time.
I hear the sounds of nature from this one.
Yeah, it sounds like a bird. Pip. Do you know her language?
Your Pip or my Pip?
Mine. Come on down, little one.
Not until you tell me why you're here, what your intentions are.
Perhaps she's one of the lost children that we're looking for.
Yeah.
Are you lost, child?
Not here. I've never been lost. This is where I... You're in my woods now.
Oh dear. We're in this child's woods.
We're here looking for some children who have gone missing from Greenmire.
I'm looking for these same children.
Oh. You're on a quest too?
You
Good.
can call it a quest.
Were you sent by Bartok?
No, I'm sent by the good people of the village Greenmire.
Ah.
And then I would like to give them a short rundown of the events of the night previous, which is woke up, no kids.
Just straight to the facts.
I like this one.
Mothers
Straightforward.
Dumping porridge into bowls, no kids to be found. Went down to the river, no kids.
Not a single one.
Not a single kid.
Wait, mother was dumping porridge into the bowls for the
For
kids?
the kids
Are you the
that weren't
mother?
there.
Are these your children?
I'm gonna drop from the tree and look indignant on the ground.
All right. Maybe not the mother.
No.
Well, perhaps we could join forces in this quest and better our chances of finding these children.
Who sent you?
Bartok, Malstorm Keeps General.
Big dude.
Yeah, big
Big guy.
You
Kind of
know,
goofy.
hangs out with Cassio.
Kind of serious.
Don't know him too well, to be honest.
Yeah, it's the first time we met him.
He seemed all right.
Yeah, but he hooked us up with Sneed. This is Sneed and Pip. Wait, Sneed's with us, right?
No, Sneed.
Sneed the pikeman.
Sneed's got a big, long, giant spear. He's got a little short sword on his hip, and he's sort of following along with you guys. And Sneed tips his little metal helmet very politely.
Yeah, that's Sneed.
Man, a few words.
And the little one's Pip. I mean, you know.
And Pip sort of pops out from behind the gigantic body of Olive. And he's this wily little string bean pole of a human being, and he's very awkward, and he sort of looks up and goes, "Hello, I'm Pip."
He's small, but like he's not that small.
He's big where it counts.
Small and tall.
His heart.
His heart, yeah. His heart.
Yes, he has an enlarged heart. It's a problem.
Big chicken hearts.
Pip sort of ducks back. Sneed's kind of looking around and goes, "We might as well move along, right? You're welcome to join us. We're just headed to Greenmire."
Yeah, you want to come?
Sure. You guys can call me Coot. I'm
Coot.
very serious about this.
Coot?
Nice to
See my
meet you.
face. Well, you can see of my face, which is probably just this. The lower half.
Oh, do you have like a little ghillie mask on?
Oh, I still got my hood up.
Oh, okay.
My name is Christopher Younghusband, and this is my fast friend Olive.
It's been fast. We just met
You
yesterday.
guys seem like an amiable bunch, I have to say.
Well, yeah, we were
The threat
fast
level was
friends.
up here, now it's down here.
Yeah. Turns out we both have an appreciation for exposing ourselves to the sun.
We do like to sun ourselves, that's true. The light of,
Coot's gonna break you off right
Blore?
there and be like,
Palor.
all right, right this
Palor.
way, let's go. I'm gonna follow behind. Because the chicken's leading the way, right?
chicken.
Oh, yeah.
Well, technically, yeah, it's
The chicken's out front.
he's like poking out of my beard. So yeah, I keep going, shaking my charms.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I'm also going.
Do you want to jangle your own charms? You're welcome to.
Yeah, I'm probably like, so Coot, have you heard the good word of the light of Palor and his son? The sun, you know, and I point to the sky.
Coot gives you the side eye and just continues on.
So it's probably another few hours that you're walking towards Greenmire. I assume you don't have a wagon or horses, as far as I remember.
No, we're hoofing it.
You're hoofing it. Perfect. And you didn't take Charles Bronison with you.
The blacksmith.
Just for the
No.
name alone and my bad joke.
But I love Charles Bronison, and I hope that we meet again.
Oh, you will.
Good.
I will not stop working that character in.
He's the blacksmith. He's a centaur.
He's a centaur.
Yeah.
But you've not seen his lower half yet. You've just seen
Would I know him?
So he just looks
Very,
like
very modest centaur.
a very novice centaur. Really, it's because I want the perversion of him having 6 arms instead of 4 legs.
God, so we just assume he's a centaur. He just gives off that vibe.
Well, he's got all 4
smells
limbs
like
on
hay.
the ground. It's just their hands, not hooves.
Oh my god.
Well, I wanted this abusive centaur that was horse on top that you guys wouldn't let me have.
Would I know this character?
He probably hasn't left Maelstrom Keep for quite a while, and then he would be a very strange thing to see, because they're pretty much nomadic tribes, and you would not find his people here. He is somehow otherwise ended up on the Cheerless Isle.
He just showed up. Just floated on over.
Put him on the boat.
Do you want me
and
to
we
write
saw
him a
his
backstory
hands.
right now? Here we go.
Just joking.
Charlie Bronson ended
I
up...
didn't even mean it like that.
I'm ready. I can make one up. I'm ready.
No. Let's move on.
Okay.
Or whatever you want to do. Sorry.
Coot sees that the chicken is. We've reached a fork in the road, and I just steer the chicken. I guess I steer the body of Oliver towards the right, which is the right way.
That is the right way. Hey, you haven't seen this map. How do you know? Oh, because you live here. Ah. Okay. As you kind of are cresting this hill, you see the town of Greenmire laid out before you, and you notice that the town itself is pretty much really closely packed in together, but you notice there's a handful of farms kind of scattered around, and you can see... Well, you can't, dear listeners, because I'm holding a map up, which doesn't help you at all. You would be able to see that there's a variety of farms that kind of dot this very fertile area where the river is running through, and in kind of the center area is the actual town of Greenmire. And as you guys kind of crest down, you would notice that there is a character standing kind of at this fork in the road.
Leaning up against the signpost. Whittling something. Piece of grass in his mouth.
Coot just gives a heavy sigh.
This guy looks cool, Grass.
He does have an air of confidence about him.
He's kind of edgy.
Perhaps we should introduce ourselves. See if we can make a new friend.
Hey, friend!
Doesn't say anything, kind of stops what he's doing and pans up, looks at you, looks at Pip, gets back to his whittling. What brings you to the fork in the road here?
We're on a quest. This guy's really cool.
I'm on a bit of a quest myself.
Quest?
Looking for my pony. Looks like this. Holds up his little carving. Seen any tracks up there in the road or a spotted horse?
Oh, I haven't seen a horse since we left Maelstrom Keep.
Yeah, is this top half human?
Yes.
Oh, it's all pony.
Oh, it's all okay.
Pure pony.
Haven't seen it. Nope.
Afraid not, friend. We're on the lookout for some children. Perhaps you have, of the missing kids from around here.
I got lots of missing kids, but no, I haven't seen any. I have heard word though. People have been leaving town looking for them, asking me questions about it.
Children truly are missing. Oh, the hound.
The hounds of hell.
Well, I'm Lorello.
Lorello, pleasure to meet you. My name is Christopher Younghusband, pastor of the Church of Palor.
A man with titles.
Olive. They call me Olive. He's a little nervous in front of him.
By the way, I'm like 5'4".
Yeah, he's still super nervous.
And you see Pip sort of pop out, and this is Pip the human. I'm gonna write Pip out. I'm getting sick of this. You keep Pip. Pip the human ducks out, and you just seem to say,
Another child's gone missing.
we could rename my chicken Peep.
no,
Peep and Pip.
no, Pip only exists because we were short-handed.
Maybe Pip 2 is Peep. The Peeps.
Okay, we're gonna name Peep the human, Pip the chicken. Done.
Wait,
From now
what?
on, Peep is the person.
Peep is
Pip the chick.
Pip the chick.
Peep
Okay.
the human.
Peep the people?
Well, yeah. Anyways, my name's Olive. This is my cousin, Pip. And this is actually our new friend. What was your name again? Sorry, I got a bad memory.
Again, I'm directly behind you. Coot. We've met. Presumably. Or I've seen this one before.
Oh, you know,
Has he seen me?
Wait, what?
you know of this Lorello here?
Yeah, he's known for his whittling. Whittles for the
Skills that
for the
we will
farmer's
need.
market.
if we are to
I
find
leave
these
I leave them
children.
around on blankets sometimes, and
I've seen you at the farmer's market.
people give me a coin for them.
Fantasy Farmers Market?
He's a farmer's market.
There's a farmer's market.
Take note, DM.
What do you think those farmers do on Saturday?
Saturdays and Sundays.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Unfortunately, it's Tuesday.
Yeah, I do some hunting in these parts and spend some time in town. Nice to see you, Coop. Don't have a hat to tip, but
A cowboy hat appears on your head as you make that gesture.
You see a little finger gun come out of the half cape.
So you're both locals. You would maybe know if missing people was a common occurrence of this land. Is that common, or is this?
not for free.
No. Oh. Not for free.
Sneed raises an eyebrow. All suspicious of you now.
Sneed, what do you think of this guy?
I've seen people that make people disappear for money, and he's got that look about him.
Fuck. Yeah, he does look really cool.
Sneed raises his other eyebrow.
Now he looks surprised.
Coot shares that, Greenmire is a fairly quiet place with many children, so the fact that they're now gone is noticeable. And it happened all in just one night. The doors were locked. Windows closed.
Kids were locked in.
Well,
They're all safe.
No, I want to walk that back.
They're chained in their house. It's normal out here. Okay, so you guys are basically descending towards the town, and it's getting to be about dusk, and you start to notice the town itself has kind of this perimeter of torches that have been clearly put out there at some point, and they ring the town itself. Center of town, great big bonfire is just burning. Weirdly, though, you don't really see anyone in the town. You see a handful of kind of, clearly people, but wandering kind of the perimeter and just kind of checking out the perimeter and patrolling around. But otherwise, the town is very quiet for it just being dusk.
Giant bonfire, but you said not very many people around.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
There's a massive fire in basically the center of town. So there's a lot of light. You can see that all of the houses must be having, the fireplace full because there's smoke coming out. But you also notice, clearly this giant bonfire in the center of town would be a very
evening
odd
now?
thing. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's getting to be about dusk. You're hitting that twilight hour. But it would still strike you as very odd to see, a 15-foot tall fire burning in the center of town with nobody really out there.
Okay, so as a wild magic barbarian, I have a magical sense ability.
Mm-hmm.
Can I pick up a sense that this is sort of a magical bonfire? Or is it just a big fucking bonfire? Chilling.
Just a bonfire. Regular.
Yes, I think the town lit us a bonfire to welcome us. Can I do an investigation check on this fire? Is there anything kind of wacky? Oh golly, that's a 5.
As far as you can tell, it's a fire, and it's big,
It's hot.
and in the center of town. It might be hot.
So no one's around. You said no one's around, but there's absolutely no one around?
You see a handful of people patrolling around the edge of town, but in the center of town and kind of down the streets as you're looking down towards town, you'd expect it to be a much more bustling village.
I would understand it'd be more bustling, but do I see anyone I know, like a authority figure or a shopkeep, perhaps?
You're not quite in town yet.
Okay.
Do you want to walk to town?
Oh, we're walking.
You're basically coming
It's kinda like the
crested a
outskirts.
hill,
Yeah.
looking down.
Okay.
Town's laid out in front of you. You see the river coming down from the mountains and wrapping around. If you were to look back to your left, you'd see the 2 guardian towers and the bridge. It's just there, not that far from Greenmire. You're basically just across this fork right there, though. And so you're heading from there, you're walking down into town. You'd still have a few farms, but town itself lays before you.
There's a couple roads on the other side of town leading out. No?
One
Not
way
that
in,
we
one
can
way
see.
out. Basically, beyond town, you'd be seeing that the river kind of wraps around town and into the hills.
Okay.
Well, perhaps we should secure ourselves some lodging for the evening. It's the sun he sets. As I stare open eyes at the last rays of the sun. And I open my shirt to expose my chest.
He does
So,
this,
do
and
you
I do
have any eye
too.
damage from your staring at the sun?
My
you're
eyes are always fine. In fact, they glow to match the colors of the rays of the sun.
I just stare into your eyes as you do that.
You will take
I see the
damage.
light.
Lorello hasn't made eye contact with anyone since he first looked up.
God, he's cool.
I'm imagining you've got like you're wearing leather boots, but they have like kind of a little bit of like a heel,
There's
like
a little
cowboy
bit of
boot.
Yeah, so maybe I'm like 5'5".
Yeah.
In the
So,
boots. I'm glad you brought those up because I was gonna.
It just feels so appropriate. And spurs, of course, right?
No metal.
No metal though.
Bone spurs.
Bone spurs. So they spin, but they don't make that like.
It's like,
Not
Sounds like I
like,
got a bag of dice tied to my feet.
not like whittled spurs.
Call my spurs whittle.
You like whittled your spurs?
Wooden spurs.
Ironwood.
Love that idea. Okay, as you get to town, we're just going to say that you guys continue walking on. As you get to like the actual town's perimeter, you basically see these guards who are kind of like patrolling around. They're not in like formal gear. They're not wearing uniforms. You can clearly tell that they would be villagers from this town, but they're clearly, walking this perimeter. As they see you guys approaching, you hear kind of this shrill whistle, and you immediately see kind of doors start shuttering, everything's starting to close shop. You see people kind of pulling the blinds closed real quick. And it's pretty clear that they're really skittish of you guys walking into town, even just 6 of you.
So everybody's just running into their homes. The guards are still there, right? Chilling?
Guards are blowing the whistle. You see a few
they're
of them
blowing
like
the whistle. Okay.
bolt, but on the whole, they're not armed well. These are farmers. They've got pitchforks and maybe a homemade spear or spear gun.
Whoa.
Sorry, I watched too many shark movies. No spear guns. So, okay, as this happens, you now see this man come kind of running out from the center of town, and you see him basically pulling his robe this way and that way. His hair's all askew. You would both, Coot and Lorello, you would both know that this is the mayor. But he clearly looks like he woke up from sleep, or at least from lounging, and you see him trying to pull his official robes on, but he's clearly running up to you, very disheveled like. But you would both know who this is.
stand down, Mayor.
You're too cool to talk to them. That's fine.
I mean, I just wrote down anti-authority like 2 minutes ago.
But we wouldn't know who this was, right?
You guys would have no idea who this
I'm gonna
is.
grab my axe and just hold it.
I'm just letting this happen.
Somebody's running towards us, and I'm just kind of like taking a stance.
I mean, he's an older man with like white hair. This robe's basically flapping behind him, and it looks like he's literally trying to like tie it while running towards you.
Now, Olive, at least let the man robe himself.
All right,
What's his-
Chris, you probably
Can I
know
his
best.
name?
You would absolutely know his name. His name is Mayor Thomas Ernest,
Thomas Ernest.
Ernest Tom.
Ernest Tom.
and he appears scared stupid.
I would consider myself.
Just got that.
I can't help but dot all these weird references.
So good. So good.
I missed it.
Ernest Scared Stupid is the Halloween.
Oh, you said he's scared stupid.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Sorry, it just shot right over
Got
this.
A few more of these jokes tucked up my sleeve.
Perfect.
Little nougats.
So, Coot would be like, very social in the town, but I feel like the mayor and I would know each other, and I'm gonna kind of elbow my way through this ragtag group. Pip.
You just like walk between my legs.
Yeah.
How tall are you? 4?
3'5".
Sick. Okay. Wow,
Without
that is a
heels.
small one.
Yeah, where do I write my heel height on my character sheet?
Yeah.
This is how I'm gonna play
Equipment.
this. I am gonna roll
Definitely in there.
between Oliver's legs and kind of do like a little pop up.
Can you get an acrobatic? Will you roll me an acrobatics check?
Yo.
Pop up right into his nuts.
Don't get tangled in my kilt.
Oh yeah, you should have specified. He
I
wears a
was
kilt with
wondering what
nothing below.
y'all were wearing.
Definitely not.
All right, I'm gonna bust
Gotta
out.
let the sun in.
You wear sandals too, like
What's that?
sandals, the footwear.
I think I'm barefoot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Athletics.
Like not a dumb hippie way, but like.
Like in a kilt way.
Yeah.
Oh no, you basically like flawlessly do this
Execute.
perfect somersault tumble and then spring up afterwards, and you perfectly land on your feet.
Whoa! What the fuck?
And my intention is to put Ernest at ease. Because let's just say when I'm at the farmer's market, I have a little hat out and I'm gambling around doing flips and
Are you a busker?
yeah, busker. Yeah. So hopefully he'll just recognize me by me flaring out there. Little jazz hands at the end. Yeah.
Ernest absolutely
I'm
recognizes
trying
who
to
you
disarm the
are,
situation.
but you kind of get the idea that Ernest isn't like super keen on you being here and bringing strangers, and on top of it, you also brought Lorello with you, and he is not exactly loved in town. Appreciated, but not loved.
I'm a folk hero, okay?
Don't tempt me, you will have a banjo faster than you will know.
Mayor Ernest Thomas, good day. I have brought help.
I see that, but who are all of these people?
That's Pip, and then Peep. I kind of am doing my little finger guns.
I love that you introduced my bird first.
I mean, it's just
important
kind of like explaining what's going on there is important.
Coot Nightjar is drawn to the bird. Like, clearly this is the leader of the party.
Yeah, but I don't understand why you're here, and you're so well armed.
Mr. Ernest, we were sent here by Bartok and his liege Cassio to help track down these missing children, and we're also on the hunt for a missing pony. Perhaps you
Don't care. Oh no, I'm switching to British accents again. I don't really care about a pony. It's not as important. We lost all of our children in just a single night. No doors touched, no windows open. Everyone just woke and they were gone.
have you checked under the beds and in the closets?
He sort of puts his hand on his hip and he's kind of like, you certainly cannot think we're that stupid. We're not that much a country bumpkins.
Oh, yeah.
So you have looked?
No, of course not. But why would they be there of all places?
So they seem to be officially missing then.
Most certainly, we sent to Captain Bartok, or Commander Bartok, whatever his name is these days. He doesn't deal with us very often. Not enough men, of course. We sent word days ago. Well, that can't be possible. It was only a day ago. It doesn't matter. He told us he couldn't make it. You must be the people he sent.
That's right.
And you see he's a very fidgety person. He's very much me.
It's
sweaty, too.
It's making Olive a little nervous.
Oh, no, come, put that axe away. There's no need for that. We're friends here. Come, into the light, out of the darkness.
I'm just like
Please.
clipping one of my charms, and it's a whetstone, and I'm just sharpening my
Mayor,
axe.
I kind of just throw my little body in front of this big guy. I'm like, Mayor Ernest Thomas, I have vetted these folks. I will follow-
Thomas Ernest, but sure.
Gotcha. Duly noted.
Oh,
I
very
personally
polite.
vetted this crew, following them from Maelstrom
Keep.
Maelstrom Keep.
We do
As
have
I
a.
was
we
on
have
my
a-
way there, having heard about these children, when I stopped by my papa's house to check in.
And you, Lorello, you're here for what?
Looking for my little Smoky.
I assume that's your horse.
Yeah, I went up to the sweet grass where she liked to graze, but she wasn't there.
Do you also want to look under the beds for her?
She wouldn't fit under a bed. And your children ain't there either.
I appreciate your wisdom.
As I have not been in town for a couple days, Mayor Thomas Ernest, has there been any other strangers in town?
Beyond you, no. And you're not all that strange. These two...
Coot is taken aback and rolls back between Oliver's legs.
The strange, sickly child and the man with the spear I've never seen before. Nor the priest or the half-naked man.
Well, yes, let us go to your residence, or Great Hall.
You're not welcome in my house. We can meet at the inn. I don't have a problem with that.
Let us
Also, am I
proceed to
doing
the
your
inn.
accent on accident?
No, that's fine.
Oh god, I totally co-opted
just sort of-
Christopher's voice.
Just sort of just doing a Clark accent.
You're fine, dude.
Miss Clark. Okay, so basically he'll walk you down, but as you walk, you see all the townsfolk peeking through their blinds. The curtains are just ever so slightly pulled, but every time you glance one way or the other, you see them immediately just pulled close.
What?
You can see these people are pretty spooked.
As I see that, I'm trying to wave at them. And they I'm just my feelings are a little...
What I know,
Little hurt.
folks are always on the edge, unwelcoming.
This is an uneasy amount of not shadiness, that's a bad word. They seem incredibly paranoid, which is not their usual way. I mean, they're pretty protected up this river. They're on the opposite side from pretty much anything. They're very sheltered, so they've been a pretty happy-go-lucky village.
Yeah, I would feel like that would be my experience in having come to this place, returned to this place, because let's say I just live outside of town. I'm finding it disconcerting. Folks are so much on edge. What else has happened besides kids disappearing?
And you see the mayor sort of puts his hand in there, don't mind them. It's of course quite upsetting for all of us. All the children disappearing in a single night. You can't expect them to be relaxed, and I am not either.
So no one's secretly relieved. There's no children.
Maybe the Blackhurst family. They've never really liked their kids, but I can't imagine that they'd want to get rid of them.
Chris, I think it was the mayor.
When Olive whispers that to me, I'm going to do an insight check on the mayor.
I don't trust this guy.
To try and gauge his earnesty. I rolled really good, 22.
You can tell that the mayor is being up front. He's very much like a used wagon salesman, in personality, but he's not at all trying to deceive you.
Yeah.
He's
Do you
just,
think I'm misreading the situation,
I
Chris?
think you might be misreading the situation. Mr. Ernest seems quite earnest about this whole kid missing situation.
All right, if you say so, Chris. He just goes back to sharpening his axe as they're walking.
Coot turns back. Are we at the inn yet? Or is
you
he
would
giving us
be
a
getting
debriefing?
close to the square. The main square has the inn. You've got kind of town hall, and then the rest of this has all been shops around the main square. But it's all dirt roads. This is not not a city. It's not cobblestone, but very much. You can see it's a very well-worn square, and there you see the inn on the other side, and still in the center of the square is this massive bonfire.
What was the name of the family? You totally name dropped.
Blackhurst.
Blackhurst.
So I'm gonna ask the mayor where the sheriff in these parts is. Sheriff.
Commander Bartok is our sheriff.
Ooh.
We don't really have a local constabulary here.
Oy,
Whoa,
goof.
I did not need to rhyme.
I suppose that makes us the sheriff. Bartok sent us?
Deputy
we're
Oliver.
deputized for sure.
Do you have paperwork that signifies as much?
I've only the paperwork bestowed upon me by my god, and I will pull out the my copy of The Light of Palor.
He seems very uninterested.
This is the only paperwork I need.
All right. Well,
But if you were sent here by Bartok, he certainly must have given you papers that you have come on his behalf.
Yeah, we have a list of references.
I look to Sneed, who seems to be the most organized amongst us.
Sneed.
Basically pulling this little scroll out of his inside jacket pocket and unrolls and goes, "This is most likely what you're looking for. I'm going to steal your accent next." Shit. The mayor
Thank God
basically
Sneed's here.
unrolls it. And he looked and he's like, "Oh, you certainly have been sent here by Bartok, and I don't know that he calls you deputies, but you're certainly the only people we have to help us, and certainly you're welcome. Please, come to the inn." And he waves you on. "And don't mind, I know, it must be strange to see a 16, he wouldn't know that, to see such a giant fire, but what we realized is there's more power in this darkness than we thought. You can lose all the children in a city overnight, so we've burned this pyre since then, and we've ringed the town with torches. It seems to, at least, if nothing else, keep the darkness at bay."
It's a great fire.
Perhaps the light will be the lamp the children need to guide them home.
Thank you for that. I assume you must be one of the children of Balor, is it?
Yes, Baylor is the light that guides me, and his son, who has given the ultimate sacrifice.
Can I roll to see if this is a fanatic?
Yeah, you want to investigate check
roll for
on Christopher?
On me?
Christopher, house husband, or
I'm gonna let you set your own. You set your own DC for this one.
Sure. It's not high.
all right. 5.
I guess you would see that Christopher, he's donned in the priestly vestments of Pelor, and he glows brightly. Yeah, I mean, he seems pretty devout, for sure.
Can I invite you, Mayor, to join us in the inn for a drink?
Most certainly, I assume you're treating me then.
That's right. I'm gonna put my hat out. Because I have a hat in my backpack. Because I'm wearing a hood.
So,
Put it on the ground. It's a top hat.
do you want to play in the inn?
Yeah. First round's on me, fellas. And I start gambling around. Flips, kick flips, cartwheels.
Will you give me a performance check?
Throw at the end.
Inside the inn. Yee. What would I add to that? Or is it nothing? Oh. That's 14.
You'd certainly have probably gained enough coppers and silvers that you could at least buy everyone like a round of ale.
Are you just like doing a bunch of sweet shit in the bar, like doing flips
Just
and
doing little
stuff?
flips and do my little like.
Oh my God, Pip is like
Never seen something like this.
along with you.
To the beat.
Yeah, I've never
You just see
seen
my
Pip
mouth
so
open,
excited.
And then like bird call. That bird call from the woods
Pip's
emits from me, and then I do a front flip onto the bar.
I'm gonna make you roll acrobatics for that too.
That's 16.
You pretty deftly are able to do this flip onto the table.
You guys are surprised by the amount of jazz hands you see.
Great Scott, have you seen how much jazz hands coming out of that little one?
She's an entertainer.
Thoroughly.
I plunked down a big old flagon in front of the mayor, and I'm trying to get some more information about the night of.
You basically watch the mayor just tip this mug up, and
Is he still in a robe?
yeah, I mean he's basically wearing his like royal vestments and then his nightgown.
I was going
is
to say,
what
like,
he's
they
wearing
require
under it.
pants in this establishment, sir.
Does he have his little sleepy hat on?
Oh, absolutely. We're thinking like Scrooge from
Oh, yeah.
like
That's where I'm
the
at.
sleepy hat,
Nightcap.
nightgown, and then it's like very official looking royal robe that he's sort of like loosely tied closed.
Quilted.
Yeah, but it's like loosely tied closed, and you know he awkwardly is crossing his legs.
A little bit
What's
of ground
the-
beef.
Ooh, look at that beef. What's it called when you get like a half beer? Is it just called a half beer? Can I have a half beer too? And I
Little Scooty.
little scooty.
Yeah, maybe a schooner.
Schooner?
Kind of a little schooner for Coot, and I flick a little copper to the wench. behind the bar.
She doesn't even look up. She just reaches up and just catches this coin out of the air and just immediately slides a half beer to you,
And
also
I
known
kind
as
of
a schooner.
I'm gonna go sit up at the bar, in earshot of the conversation, and order into myself another drink. Get a bottle.
Oh, you want
I
the
bought-
whole bottle?
Well, I'm gonna use the leave the bottle line. Yeah, definitely. Tries to take it.
The wench clearly puts it down in front of you, tilts it into the glass,
Put down the
immediately starts to
put
take
down
it
the
away.
payment. Leave the bottle.
For you, cancer, no doubt.
What does that run me?
150 silver.
Yo.
And she says it with a very cheeky attitude and a wink.
I don't have that much silver.
How much money did I make again?
Lorella, you can tell she's very clearly just being coy with
Just
you. and
put it on my tab.
She puts a sticky note on the mirror.
I'm gonna say very loudly, and I'm addressing the mayor. Like, so tell us what happened the night. What happened the night before? What was the? And, I want to imply there's like an event that happened.
Well, you see, that's the strangest part of it. There wasn't anything so special about this night. It was, I suppose, a bit
Monday
cloudy.
evening.
I don't know if that counts for much. It was the 28th. Do months work the same?
That's up to you.
Fantasy months.
13
Fantasy
28-day long months.
Yes, and one spare week of everyone gets time off. Perfect, it's the dream.
Perfect. Yeah.
The math just makes sense.
Olive's gonna order a beer for Chris. You want one?
I
It's
did
on me,
order.
friend.
I ordered.
Oh, you
I
got
ordered
everybody one?
one.
Oh, okay. Well, Olive
The
pulls
proceeds
out.
of my little jazz hand.
He pulls out
bird
one of the
whistle.
charms, and it's just like a little thimble, and he like fills it up for Pitt.
You see, Coot is so charmed. How courteous you are to this little chicken. Is
Chris-
this a hen or a cock?
It's just like a little, like small chick.
Oh, shit. Even
Gender.
more charmed.
What about a gender?
It's like a little Guinness.
You
for
sexy
the bird.
chicken?
Yeah.
I didn't. Yeah.
Debeak it. Gender it.
It was. It's a boy.
It's tough to tell when they're that small.
And
I mean, my cousin was a boy
It's a little
There
cape
you
on.
before he was turned into a chick.
Who, a lot can change when you become into an animal. Yeah.
I'm not gonna. Yeah, I'll let him decide.
when the time's right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. The mayor base.
Can I see if anyone else is listening? Because I'm assuming there's some people in the bar. In the
There's some. It's
Yeah.
not overly packed. I would say that most people are going to be tucked away and home, but you'd see that there's enough of the regulars, like an uptown pub on a Thursday night around 10:30 p.m. if you've ever been there. Then Tuesday,
is anyone?
Uptown Pensacola.
uptown Pensacola.
Pensacola.
Is anyone like kind of? Obviously, we kind of made a hopefully a little splash coming in the door. Is anyone paying attention to our conversation? Like, can
Do
I
you want to give
see
me
if
a
anyone's perking up?
perception check for that?
Yo,
That might be something I'm into as well. Look at that.
That's a
natural
net
20.
20. First
You
one.
notice the two guys sitting at the bar. One has his head down on the bar. The other's pretty slumped over, but clearly still has enough strength to lift the mug just enough to his mouth. Everyone that's here at this point, it seems pretty well smashed. You would basically have it to yourself, but on top of it, no one's really going to bother the mayor as much as he's a tiny man with a big ego complex for himself. He would be pretty much left alone. He is the only authority to this
Okay.
town.
I'm just. Well, I think I've done all I can here. I'm gonna continue. Those hounds.
Yes, those hounds.
Can I do a perception check and see if the hounds are barking at anything?
Yeah.
I'm looking for clues. That's that's 11.
I didn't notice anything, but there is an Amazonian that delivers packages here occasionally, and certainly has upset the local dogs. It's a prime way of moving packages from one way to another.
Fuck off. So, Mayor Ernest, what could you tell me about the Blackhurst family. I heard you mention them earlier. I'm kind of curious.
Certainly. They live on the edge of town. They've got the largest farm.
It's them.
It's them who?
They got the kids. Edge of town.
Their kid is also missing.
Oh.
The perfect cover.
Yep, exactly.
It seems that you're all detectives.
Poor detectives.
I didn't know, Lorello, you were into this. You seem to still be searching for a horse.
If my horse is
Speaking to your
missing.
back.
I turn around. Don't just my head. My horse is missing. Maybe it's with them kids.
It certainly could be. You sure didn't just wander off.
She's never done that to me.
A strange horse. Perhaps with the kids, like you've said. I don't really trust Lorello. He's a bit of a drifter and comes and goes.
I mean, he's just looking for his horse, man.
Have you ever seen him with a horse?
I just met him, and he's really cool. So chill out, dude.
I can hear everything you're saying.
Fuck!
He is pretty cool. I've never seen this horse.
He's just worried about his horse was horse-napped.
I don't think he has a horse.
I've been stuck here for a while. This bit's like months old now.
Well, even those who can't see the light cast their own shadow. He has a horse. Whether it's in his heart or lost in a field, it's out there somewhere.
Right?
To have faith such as yourself seems like such a sure thing.
A blessing and a burden.
I can see that.
Ernest, you need to let more people in, man.
We just lost all of our children in a single night, and you're telling me to just hang cool.
Yeah.
You got any clues there, Mayor?
That I do. Lorello again. A perfect comment. Unexpected. Well done. Here's the thing. You came
visibly deflates.
Should have led with that.
Oh no, Coot.
Coot's just trying to make some friends. Went over the top, as usual. Sorry. Coot, here's my real life. Friends.
Well, you've come from the southern route, right? You certainly must have come that way. You would have known if you'd crossed at the Guardians, the bridge across the river. Did you come from the southern route?
We did.
Mm-hmm. Then you must have seen... There were guards, there are people there. It's traveled well enough. No one saw anything. And no tracks. You'd expect tracks. I mean, these children wouldn't have left willingly, maybe stashed in a wagon or something else. But you didn't see any heavy tracks in the road. I'm assuming.
Well, we didn't quite look, but...
Yeah, I mean, I was just trying to, keep the bears away. I wasn't really looking. Did anybody else maybe happen to take a look at the road?
Well,
See,
can we say, as I left my papa's house with the intention of trying to track down some children, that I was kind of looking around. I can do a little retro roll.
Yeah, let's do a retro roll.
Perception. Yeah, that's 18.
You still wouldn't have seen any tracks.
Oh, damn. Okay.
And the thing is, nobody crossed at the Guardians. It's a manned set of towers. People would have been watching there. The thing is, the only other options are east, which is mountains and cliffs, or west, and the only other place I can think is... There's a small, thin part of the river headed westward out of town where maybe you could ford the river, but not children. They wouldn't have been able to walk in that water, which means there would have been a sizable host that would have carried them off.
oh.
Seems to me we should be checking the mountains or this river crossing for further clues.
Well, you said everyone was locked in, right?
The doors were still locked and barred, windows still closed. As far as we knew, no thing was astray beyond empty beds.
You checked the chimneys and the floorboards?
No, that seems a little macabre for our rather peaceful village. Are you thinking they stuffed them in the chimneys?
And pulled them out that way. Maybe you got a mole. Catch my drift?
this kind of mole.
Exactly, yeah.
I suppose it'd be rather large to have managed to grab such a many children. Such a many children? Keeping it. Such a many children. Such a...
Mayor, I'd like to drop the name of Charlotte, who I would say is a young person. Is she still around? I'm sure. My intention is to gauge like what age set is gone.
It
I did a
seems
poor job.
everyone under their 16th summer seems to have disappeared in the night.
Not the tweens.
Most certainly the tweens. The worst of the bunch.
I ain't gonna fight you on that. Okay, what Coot would like to do, and she looks around for new companions, is that I would like to go to Charlotte's house and try to do an investigation there.
Mm-hmm.
Would you prefer to wait till the morning? It is a little odd in the middle of the night to be knocking on doors.
Isn't this a
thought it
bit
was-
urgent?
Dusk.
It's urgent enough, but
Yeah, Mayor, what the...
You know, it's 4 p.m. It's winter.
dusk is different here on this latitude or longitude, since I forget which is which. And Mercator projections don't exist yet. As far as I know.
Yeah, I mean, do you guys want to get a room? Are you guys tired? Or
No,
what?
no, you won't be renting a room. You'll stay on us for free.
Oh, well.
You are helping us. I would say, if you don't mind, first thing, if you choose to do your investigations, by all means, please, but I might recommend searching around the perimeter of the town as well. We've not found tracks, but we are not hunters or seekers or any of the sort. We are farmers.
Olive is already, like, falling asleep at the bar.
No, that's a good idea, Mayor. We'll just put it on the tab and get to work.
Oh, yes, Lorello, your tab, it's quite long. You can just see that piece of paper just unfold, and it's just several feet long.
Like an accordion.
I'm sure you'll pay us what is owed eventually. It's not like you can get out of here without your horse.
Well, I ain't gonna whittle you no wooden nickels, so...
All right.
Perhaps a hot meal and a long rest.
for asking me, I
Oh.
have my own house.
No. I'm just merely including you for, politeness.
You see him pull his robe a little bit closer. He ties it up and goes, I'll leave you to it, but please, first thing, get looking and remember to stay within the torchlight if you were to venture out tonight. Sort of sneaks out.
Into the night.
It's pretty bright out there. So.
Lorella's taking his boots off. He's at the bar. He's kind of rubbing his feet. These dogs are barking. Maybe we should make a plan and figure out our next step.
I agree.
Shall we get a table, fellas?
Yeah, sounds right.
Yeah.
And I turn to the wench, barkeep, whose name is Dolly. And
Parton.
Dolly Proton? Is that what I heard?
Dolly Parton.
Oh, okay.
Dolly. I'd be
No relation to musical sensation Dolly Parton.
And I turn to Dolly and I was like, and I say, I would like some of that famous casserole of yours, local regional dish,
You got it, honey.
for the table.
She see her duck into the back. And take him in for the whole table.
Well, these my dusty traveling friends are.
Bring the
need a
whole
refreshment.
casserole.
Bring the-
Comes out with a very clearly I'm not going to say a glass Pyrex dish. That was the first thing that came to mind.
But it's a Frito pie, right?
It's called El Frito pie. But yes. They bring an El Frito pie out. Of course, heated perfectly, and it's been cut into 6 separate sections.
I take a corner piece.
As the best piece.
That was the best piece.
Recognize.
Oh, crispy peas. Smart.
Peep's happy to just get whatever piece he's given.
Peep?
Peep the person.
The human.
Oh, right. Okay, sorry.
Peep for people.
I'm gonna kill Peep now.
Sorry.
I make this.
You know me and names.
They're like at the kiddie table.
Chief and Sneed would be at the kiddie table.
Yeah.
And Sneed's a grown man.
Yeah.
He's probably older than all of
It
you.
was a four-top. I'm at the bar. You know,
He's probably fine with it.
So of
Gets away
her
with us for a little bit.
burrito pies, I'm gonna turn to Oliver Twisted.
Olive is still like super impressed at your size. Just like
Yeah, I'm in a booster chair. The children are all gone, so I give a little brush off.
well, it seems like there's like two ways to go, right, guys? Like mountains or water. What do you guys think? Flip a coin?
I think the mayor's idea of checking the perimeter of the town out
Yeah.
would be a good idea. Maybe we find some clues that lead us to one of them places.
Is anyone feeling like going for a little evening walk, though?
I think so. Nice night.
Yes, perhaps. Yes, let us go now. Well, we still have a few rays of. I guess it's dark now, but we can bring our own light.
And you said you had some sort of magical perception, Oliver?
I used it.
Oh,
It's
just
like
once a day.
It's like once a short or long rest. I
Oh,
can see if
you're-
there's like
Oh,
a
is it part of your wild magic?
yeah. I can see if there's like a magical
Cool.
presence.
You're a magic
Alright.
folk, huh?
Not really. I mean, it's just like a sick table that I get to roll every time I go into a rage.
We're using a sorcerer's
Yeah.
section for you.
Yeah.
We gotta get you all 50 options, not 8.
Jeez.
Totally.
Yeah.
Um,
It's gonna be cool.
quick break.
Quick break.